Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hope everyone's having a blessed day. If you guys haven't gotten a chance to subscribe to this channel, please do so. I try to make a video at least once a week on personal finance, wealth, um, credit, anything that I think is going to help build you guys up and get you on a personal financial direction that's going to help you guys level up. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video. But I do want to say that I have a lot of you guys that are reaching out to me, and I love it. I love the direction the channel is going. I love the comments in the YouTube, the positive energy. Some of you guys that left some negative stuff, I don't really put up with it. I just delete you, and I delete you from the channel. Like, you won't even be able to view the channel. At least that's my goal. I think that's how it works. If I can kick you to where you don't even have access to the channel anymore, great. Because what I want to do is I want to keep this channel positive, and I want all of us to win. And I'm going to talk about that in this video. So this gentleman commented on one of my videos, the Lexington Law video that I had. Lexington Law video review that I did probably about a year and a half ago. It's probably my most watched video on this channel, and I get a lot of comments. It's probably not just my most watched, but it's also my most commented video. I get a lot of people that comment on those videos because I get a lot of Lexington Law fanboys and fangirls commenting how I'm defaming them and my information is inaccurate and it's wrong. But this gentleman that left this comment, I want you guys to pay attention to what he said. I can't remember his name, but if you go to that video, you'll probably see it. He said something like, I've been with Lexington Law for 5.5 years. I paid $29.99 a month, and I had 44 derogatories. Now I'm down to 2, right? And that's that information right there is the problem with our financial system that we have today. It is there to take advantage of people that are ignorant, and he's ignorant because let me tell you why. He has 44 derogatories on his credit report. I didn't see it, but let's just think. Let's just use our minds for a second. If you've been with them for 5.5 years, and you started with Lexington Law, right, 5.5 years ago. If you had done nothing at all in a year and a half, all your derogatories will be off. If you didn't go out and start making more derogatories, right? Because a derogatory is going to stay on your credit report for 7 years and plus 180 days, right? So even if he did nothing, no letters, no anything, your 44 items would have been all deleted, and you would have had the same results. But you're down $29.99. What does that come out to? I don't know what it comes out to over a 5.5 year period. Didn't do the math on it, but it's just absolutely absurd to sit there and go through a program like that for 5. I mean, you could have done nothing and got those type of results. If that's the type of results that you're praising, there's a serious problem with the system, and most people can brush over that comment because they don't understand the way the FICO system works or the credit reporting system works. And they'll look at it and they'll say, oh, well, great, you had 44 derogatories, now you're down to 2. Yeah, but most of them probably just went off for the simple fact time, right? Because even if you had collections that was 2 years old, and today you're sitting there, those collections are gone off your credit report, right? Those collections are gone off your credit report anyway. So the reality of the situation is you paid $29.99 per month for 5.5 years for nothing, and then you're gonna sit there and throw it at me like my information is inaccurate, and that's exactly why I do what I do, because I get a lot of people that tell me, hey Kenny, look, it's not the credit repair's uh, space or place to um, educate you on credit. It's not their job. And I wonder, then what are we doing? Aren't we in the space of fixing credit? And then when I started thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? I don't just fix credit, right? That's not what I'm here to do, right? Because I talk about so many other things, right? I talk about the dangers of credit, right? I made a video on how to build credit, how to keep your utilization rates low. Like, I'm not here to just fix your credit. What I'm here to do is help you level up. Our consumer debt in the United States of America right now, I believe it's at $12 trillion. That's revolving lines of credit. We are a country in debt. I just heard at a conference that I was just at this past weekend, a gentleman said that credit cards is a gateway to debt. Debt is a gateway, or debt is a pathway to poverty. And I try to explain to you how important it is for us to understand the game that we're playing is very, very dangerous. That credit is a game that it can be very, very useful, but if not handled properly the way that it should, and respected the way that it should, it can be very dangerous, right? And these are the things that I try to talk to you guys about. I try and talk to you guys about starting a home-based business. I try to get you guys to understand the tax code. When you are a business owner, one thing that you have to do as a business owner, you have to be at least proficient in several different areas. Taxes, you have to be proficient with handling paper. You have to be proficient in operations, right? So you have so many things on a daily basis, especially when you're a one-man show, when you're self-employed. There were so many things that you do on a daily basis that you're always trying to take care of. You have to be a problem solver, right? And these are the things that I try to teach you guys and talk to you guys about. I'm not trying to talk like I'm over you, but it's really important for you guys to understand these are things that I research, and I hope you guys respect me enough that when I present the information, you're not looking at me as if I'm trying to talk down to you, because in no way, shape, or form do I feel like I'm above you. One thing, the reason why I started this channel, because I was so sick of so many outsiders, right? And when I'm talking about outsiders, I'm talking about people that are not in our situations, right? That come into our situations to try to take advantage of us. Meaning, you have people that have resources, they put a program together, and they want to say, okay, now I'm doing credit repair. And they don't really understand anything about the space of credit to teach people. Or they want to, just because they were successful in real estate, now they're going to give personal finance advice to the middle class when they're so detached. They haven't been a part of the middle class for, since they were 12, that they don't really understand what it's like to go through what we go through on a day-to-day basis today, right? Don't talk to me about what happened 20 years ago, how you were middle class 20 years ago, right? Because the strategies and the personal finance system that we have right now is completely different from the 70s or the 50s or whatever. So I don't want to hear anybody that's OG in the game that's going to talk to me about, personal finance, because the game has changed so much and so drastically that we need $1 to work so hard for us that most people don't understand that. Like, if you're a wealthy person, right? Like, and I'm going to give you a perfect example, right? So a wealthy person giving personal finance advice to somebody that's in the middle class goes something like this: purchasing a home is a terrible investment, right? And the reason why, and I'm going to tell you why they say these things. Because when a wealthy person or somebody that's rich invests their money, the only thing they look at is, what's my return on investment? What's my return? Right? What am I going to get back in return? Well, somebody that's middle class, they look at it and their dollar has to do so many things, right? So if we purchase a home and we're in the middle class or lower middle class or whatever, and you purchase a home, let me explain something. It's not just an investment that you put into your home. It provides several different things. It provides shelter, right? Provides shelter. It provides an investment vehicle. It provides a savings vehicle. Like, for example, if we have a job, right? If we have a job, even though the government says inflation is 3% per year, right? Which I beg to differ, right? I think it's more like 6. Like, if you really look at the goods and services that we actually use, like milk, eggs, like groceries, fuel, stuff like that. I think if you just stick to those hard everyday goods, it's more like inflation is like 6%. Most of us are not getting a raise at 6% per year, right? We're not getting that raise at 6% a year. So we need a vehicle that's going to keep up with inflation as well. But not only that, we're not able to save money at a rate that's going to keep us above water. So having a home helps us do that. So, for example, if we get sick and we have medical bills or burial or something like that, we need to have access to cash that we can tap into that was ready-made. A home is ready-made, a ready-made savings vehicle for emergencies, right? And most people's economy, personal economy, is crippled due to these types of situations. Somebody gets sick, they file bankruptcy because now they can't afford anything. Somebody loses their job. You have these day-to-day struggles that the real middle class, the people that are out here grinding every day, day in, day out, that they will get into a situation and it just cripples their economy. And we don't have these vehicles that we can afford to play with. Okay, so you want me to take my money and put it in the stock market? Well, in order for me to have a return, the only thing that that money can do for me is when I retire. Hopefully it's grown. Well, chances are it has grown, but that's all it's done, is it's grown. It hasn't done anything else for me. And so when you're in the middle class, your $1, or let's say you got $30,000 saved up, that $30,000, it has to provide more than just an investment vehicle. If I can get that $30,000 to be an investment vehicle, it provides shelter for me. It provides savings for me. And I'm talking about major catastrophe savings. I'm talking about like somebody gets sick savings. Somebody, a family member passed away and I got to pay for burial savings, right? I'm talking about those type of things. Not, okay, I'm hungry today savings. But I'm talking about major savings. If my $30,000 can do all of these things, then it's not just about the return on the dollar. So you may beat me as if we're only looking at return. Like if that's the only vehicle that we're looking at is return on investment, yeah, you might have a higher return. Great for you, right? But I also need my money to take care of my day-to-day living, right? And if I can make my $1 work as hard as possible for me, that's the key. And these are the things that I think about when people send me these comments. Like, you don't have no real grasp of what it is to try to build wealth for yourself. What you're doing is you're going through life and you're being a victim to the system. And you're not developing a plan or a system for yourself. I have so many people that watch this channel. I made a video about 3 months ago, and it was talking about having your home-based business. And I know most of you watched that video and you guys did not heed anything that I'm saying. But just having a home-based business in itself is going to make you money on a monthly basis, right? It's going to help save you in taxes. And in business, not business, in life, one of the highest expense that you're going to have in life, right, is taxes, right? Chances are taxes are one of your highest expenses next to mortgage and vehicle that you have, right? If you can manage your expenses, then you have a better chance at winning the game. Starting a home-based business is a way to start managing your expenses, right? And I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. The difference between a person that's a W-2 employee and a business owner. A W-2 employee, right? What happens is he gets a check, but his taxes is taken out automatically. So let's say he gets, he makes $30,000, right, a year, right? He's going to pay roughly about $6,000 in taxes, right? Whereas a person with a home-based business, right? A person with a home-based business that, let's say, he has a $10,000 loss. He starts a business. He didn't make any money, but the first year he has a $10,000. So you subtract that from the $30,000. He had a $10,000 loss. So he's only supposed to pay taxes on $20,000, right? So now you're looking at that. That same person did nothing different, right? And those losses are cell phone bill, travel. He paid his kids some salary out of he paid his kids some salary, right? And he's trying to make his business successful. He, went on a business vacation with his family. And these are all losses. That same individual did nothing different, right? Now that person is going to pay roughly, because he had a $10,000 loss, subtract that from 30, so now he's got an income of 20. He's probably going to be paying anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 in taxes per year, right? And just that alone, right? Just that alone is going to save you $2,000, right? A year, right? Just that. But there's so much more to it than that, and it's probably going to be a lot more different savings. You're going to save a lot more than that, just because $10,000 loss in business, even in a home-based business, it's not hard to do. Your expenses for like if you start a multi-level marketing company, and your expenses for your membership, those are write-offs, right? So the reality of the situation is, I want you guys to really start leveling up your thinking. Stop thinking like the system wants you to think. Stop just being sheep and being led into situations that's not going to allow you to get ahead, right? If you're paying $29.99 a month for 5.5 years and you think that's a good deal, you guys gonna have to start staying on my channel a little bit longer, or at least just open your minds a little bit more and start really thinking about, how can I level myself up, right? And you hear these people walking around, oh, I'm a boss, and they have no clue what it's like to really own their own business, right? And And what I mean by that, not necessarily own their own business. And I want you guys to understand something, and you guys can even take this information that I'm going to give you and apply it to the workplace. When you're talking about being a boss, right? You are the first servant. You are there to serve others more than anybody else in your business. Because not only do you have to serve your customers, you have to serve your employees. Your job is to make sure that everyone on your team, in your organization, in your company, is there. You have to make sure that they have all the tools to succeed. So if somebody says, hey, my pencil broke, you got to be the first one to say, hey, I got that for you, right? If you want to succeed. I'm not talking about if you just want to walk around talking about I'm a boss. I'm talking about in order to think to be successful. Your wage or what you make or whatever it is that you have in your fridge is derived behind the value that you bring to the marketplace. I apologize. I'm going through Arkansas and these roads are terrible. But it's derived behind what is your value to the marketplace. If you're on fries and you make $10 an hour and you want to make $11 an hour because that's what you want to make, and the person that's on burgers makes $11 an hour, before you ask for that raise, go learn how to flip that burger. And the money will follow. So when you're talking about a boss, what a boss does is his first question every day should be like, how can I help you get what you want? How can I help make you successful? Right? Whatever it is that that your organization is about. And some of you have to start taking this into your workplace and start really thinking, like, how can I bring more value to my workplace? Right? Because as a W-2 employee, your thought process is derived behind following. What do I do? And we need to start developing a problem-solving skill set, right? Because I do believe problem-solving is a skill that can be developed. And we need to find better ways to fix our problems. And we have to be a little bit more motivated. There is no way that somebody should be watching this channel right now that's been following me for 5 months and haven't started some type of business. Right? I'm not a tax guy, but even if you go to any tax professional and you talk to him about starting a business, you're going to see that you're going to stop saying these words like tax loopholes and understand that there is no such thing as a tax loophole. There's tax incentives, there's tax deductions, but they're not loopholes. People that are W-2 employees, they use these words like loopholes. Business owners, we understand what the tax code is. We're constantly looking at the tax code, trying to understand, okay, this year, what are the deductions and what are the incentives that I'm given as a business owner, right? And every year, there are some changes, right? And you try and figure out what it is, right? It will be equivalent to a business owner calling your 401k a tax loophole, right? Because there's no taxes being taken out of the money, out of your savings that you're putting away for your retirement. It's not a loophole. The government is giving you an incentive, right, to invest in yourself for the future, right? It's not a loophole, it's an incentive. Well, as a business owner, you have so many deductions as a business owner that most people really can't grasp. And I try to tell people, but I'm not a real pushy, salesy type dude. That's not what I'm here to do. But it's time that we start leveling up our lives. Our financial system is broken. I don't see them fixing it. Can they fix it? Absolutely. But I don't see them fixing it. And I don't see anyone really interested in trying to fix it. We're kicking the can down the road. And what's happening is our middle class is being squeezed to the point where you have families living with families. I made a video on that a while ago, talking about how families are starting to move in with other families. And the situation right now is getting to the point where we as the middle class have to start taking responsibility for our situations, right? And start looking for ways to take advantage of the system. Because the system is there, and there is spaces where you can take advantage of the system. But most of us, we want to lay on our back and start rolling around talking about what was me. And this isn't the time for that. This is the time for us to start really looking at our situation and taking responsibility and saying, okay, Ken's been talking about credit. I got to get my credit right so I can start really getting myself ahead. Right? Ken's been talking about home-based business. Well, he says I can save about $300 to $600 a month just by starting a business. All right. Well, let me try and do that. Let me just try and do it. Just try and do it and see what I'm talking about. But most of you guys will watch this channel and flip it to another YouTube channel and not even take into consideration some of the things that I'm saying. And it's tough. It's tough. And I see it day in, day out. I get people on a daily basis that will reach out to me. Kenny, I want to work with you, right? Because I have a business right now that I just joined with MWR Financial. And what I'm doing is I'm bringing on people that are interested in showing people about credit, showing people about taxes. You don't have to be the tax professional. We have tax professionals that handle all these questions that you're afraid to answer or you can't answer. You direct them to the specialist and let them answer all the questions that your clients may have, right? And I'm trying to help people, I'm trying to get people to show people how to build their credit up and how to level their lives up, right? And so I'll get people that will email me, Kenny, I'm interested. I just had a young lady say, hey, Kenny, I'm interested. And I told her, I said, okay, cool. This is what it's going to cost. It's $228 to get started, and then it's going to be $119 a month. Crickets, man, crickets. She's a W-2 employee, but get this. I guarantee just by joining the company that I'm involved with, she would save more just by letting the company that I work with structure her finances in a way that she gets more back per paycheck. Like the 228 and the 119, you're going to see that just by having joined my company, right? Having joined my company, you're going to get that back every month anyway, right? But then now this gives you the ability to self-develop yourself, become a business owner, and try and earn a profit, right? Earn more money, helping others. What better way to make money than helping other people learn about credit, taxes, debt elimination, and building wealth? I don't know of a business that's better than that, right? I was doing it for free, still do it for free by talking to people, but now you can start a business doing this, and I told her, and I can't even get in touch with her. And here's the funny thing. Here, you want to know what the funny thing is about this? There's a lot of people that came into the organization that I paid for, right? And there's some of you that might be watching this channel, and you might be one of the people that I paid your initial $228, right? Because I know that when I invest in others, I get it back. It's an investment. There's going to be a return, right? You're going to get in the business. You're going to see how it helps you, and in return, you're going to go out and help other people, and our organization is just going to grow, right? And that's called leveling up. I take the money that I make and earn, and I invest it in others. She could have easily been one of those people. But instead of working with me, hey, Ken, I really want to join, but I don't have the 228 right now. Okay, well, I don't want to say her name, but okay, well, why don't I take care of that 228 for you? And you just pay the 119 a month. I want you to focus this much this month and learn about the business. Start, getting in the system where you're uploading your credit report. Learn how to do everything. That way, when you get clients, you know exactly how to walk them through the process. And I've done that for several people. Several people. All you got to do is ask. All you got to do is ask. If I don't have it, trust me, I'll be the first one to say, you know what, I don't have it, but let's work on it together. Are you following what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of those people that will just be like, oh, okay, well, you don't have it, okay, bye. I don't have it, okay, bye. And never. I'm here for you. But the way that we are now as a people is we're so afraid of investing in ourselves that we hold on to our money in situations we really need to just let go sometimes, right? We really need to start leveling up our skill sets and developing ourselves. When I started this YouTube channel, please understand, when I started it, I was very, very introverted and very, very shy. My why, right? My why was meaning, like, when you're in business, a lot of, not just in business, when you're doing anything, people talk about the why. What is your why? What is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? My why at the time was I was so frustrated with watching people get misinformation on credit, right, that I had to start telling people about credit. What really raises your FICO score, right? How do you really start getting yourself in a situation where you can start getting approved for loans, right? And I was so sick of listening to these people get on YouTube talking about all this, myth and theory stuff, that I was just like, man, that stuff, it works, but you're not giving the full picture, right? You're not giving the full picture to everybody. You're actually harming some people by giving them, half the information, right? So the reality of it is, my why was I wanted to help others, right? I really, really wanted to help others get themselves in a situation where they can start getting loans and stuff like that. But I can't get people to get their why up, level their why up, right? Or get themselves in a position to where they can develop themselves, kind of like how now I'm a little bit more confident speaking with others. I'm a little bit more confident writing. I'm a little bit more confident making videos. My editing skills on my videos, believe it or not, they're not heavily edited because I don't have a skill set of editing, right? But I'm getting better, right? I'm getting better. Every day, every time I make a video, I get a little bit better. I learn something a little new. And that's what this is all about. What happens is our brains are a mechanism of survival, right? Our brains have helped us survive through many different ages, right? Many different ages. And what it is when you feel fear, right? When you come upon fear, that's your brain going into survival mode, right? So if you really think about it, a lot of times people are afraid of things And when you're uncomfortable, right? When your body senses you're uncomfortable about something, your brain kicks in and tells you to stay away from it. And so a lot of times you guys are staying away from things that are really not a danger to you. Is it uncomfortable? Absolutely. Is there anything to be afraid of? Absolutely not. Public speaking, right? Some of you might say, okay, I don't want to public speak, or I can't public speak. What's going to happen? Like, if you really think, what is going to happen when you speak in public? Oh, somebody might not like what you say. Somebody might laugh at you. What is the pain involved? There is no pain. There is really no danger in public speaking. Some of you need to be out here making YouTube videos. Oh, I'm scared to make a YouTube video. Why? Why are you afraid to make a YouTube video? And I was like that. It took me plenty of attempts, right? I made plenty videos, deleted them. Plenty videos, deleted them. And some of you just, you got to stop being afraid of things you have no fear of. And that's what gets you stuck in the rat race, where you won't take chances, right? I know people that drive trucks and they will not take a chance on getting their own authority. They will not take a chance on becoming an owner operator. I'm going to work for somebody, and they continuously, I'll talk to them. 2 years ago, I got friends from 2 years ago in the trucking business doing the same thing, company driver. And I'm not knocking company driver. What I'm knocking is, you keep telling me you want to be an owner operator, but you don't want to take that chance. Like, if you're sitting there saying, I want to be a company driver and I'm comfortable and I'm cool, I'm happy for you, right? But if you're constantly talking about, I want to be an owner operator, and you're not taking the chances, you're not willing to gamble on yourself, then the reality of it is, you're going to be in a rat race. You're going to be on that hamster wheel, and you're going to wonder at some point, when your job squeezes everybody out, or go belly up, or whatever it is, and you're left without a job, you're going to be the one that's wondering, why me? Why me? What happened? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? And in all reality, those of you that want to take control of your lives, you can. I can help you do it. But you got to reach out to me, and we got to work together, and we got to put ourselves in a situation where, we understand that it's teamwork make the dream work, right? It's not going to be me doing everything. A lot of times people say, hey, here's my credit report, can he fix it? And they don't want to do anything. Hey, did you go out and get this secure credit card? Nah, but did you delete anything off my credit report? And I have these conversations where all people want to do is take, and they don't want to give. And when you work with me, Mike, your giving to me is investing in yourself. I don't ever tell anybody to give me something that is not going to benefit you, right? And that's the way I look at doing business with me. If I tell you to do anything for me, hey, I need you to do this, chances are that's something that's going to benefit you. I can't remember of a time since making YouTube videos where I asked somebody to give me something that did not benefit them, right? And that's how I look at this world. It's a give and a take, and I'm not here to take from anybody. But what I am here to do is help you guys level up, help you guys start looking at your personal finance situation a little bit different. Stop sending me stupid comments about 5.5 years with Lexington Law, right? If you want to be with Lexington Law and you're happy with them, great. Stay over there. Don't come to this YouTube channel, because that's not what I'm about at all. We're very advanced We understand the system here, and we're working towards getting better every day. Every day we wake up, we're talking about how can we be better today than we were yesterday. Look, I'm not going to make this a long video. I hope you guys understand I'm here for you. I'm trying to get you guys to the next level. I want to get there with you guys. I want you guys to come along because I know I'm going to get to the top, and I want you guys to be there with me. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.